Hey, what's up, guys? It's Trevor James. This is obviously a little bit different than what I normally do for my channel, but I told you guys tonight in the update video that it's kind of changing things up a little bit and kind of opening my channel up to more things. So this is one of the things I like to do, play card games. Uh, More like Yu-Gi-Oh! Vanguard and Magic are mostly what I play. So tonight I'm going to be kind of showing you guys off one of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. This is my Dark World deck profile. I know for people that play Yu-Gi-Oh! That are big in tourneys and big in regionals and everything. Obviously, every year there's quite a little bit of a difference in what people play for the big meta game. So I know that Dark Worlds aren't exactly that competitive anymore, but they've always been one of my favorite decks, and I always try to keep them as competitive as I can for the New Year's that follow and everything. So for every format that goes, there's always new cards and new stuff that people play, and I like to kind of be against that kind of meta. I wouldn't call my deck anti-meta because it's very basic, very standard Dark World deck, but it has a little bit of my own spice to it. So I'm going to show you guys what I got. So first up, guys, just like every other Dark World deck out there, I play 3 Grapha. So, he's kind of the main boss of the deck, and he's extremely useful, he's extremely good, gets out all those grade 8s, or not grade 8s, but rank 8s, sorry. Vanguard and Yu-Gi-Oh! Get very mixed with me. Next I play 3 Snow, so also very standard for Dark World. Everybody have their staples, and those are obviously my staples. Next I play 3 Brow, so just like everyone else, those are the standard staples of the deck. Then, not like a lot of other people, I've been a big fan of Gold and Silva ever since they came out. So I do run 2 Gold, and I know everybody's going to be like, why you run 2 Gold and also run, 2 Silva. And I know everybody kind of thinks very low on Gold and Silva because they, think they're not too good of the cards anymore, but I'm still a big fan of them, so I run 2 beige, so also kind of not that standard. Most people usually keep it down to 1 or maybe even 0, but beige always helps me get Grapha out because he's always that card that I can summon and then call Grapha from the grave. So, and then for the last of the monsters, I run 2 Trents. And I know people kind of stick with either 3 or 2, but I run 2. Trents at 3 is a little bit cloggy because you don't want to get him in your hand to discard. Now for the spells, I run 3 Gates of Dark World. Obviously, extreme staple for Dark Worlds. Can't exactly run anything less, can't exactly run anything more, of course not. I run 3 Dark World Dealings, also staple for Dark Worlds. I run 3 Drag Down. Once again, another staple for Dark Worlds. I run the very, very standard Dark World build, but I love it. I love how it works. I love the consistency of it. I run 2 MST and 1 Dark Hole per spells. And I kind of switched between 3 MST and 2, but I kept it at 2 right now because it seems to work for me pretty well. I run 3 Mind Crush, the standard destroy your opponent's hand technique. Big fan of that kind of technique. Run 2 Dark Smog. I know most people usually run it at 1, but I don't think it's too cloggy at 2. I think it absolutely devastates at 2, and I think it's the perfect number for it. I run 2 Fiendish Chain. In this kind of format, you really need those cards to stop your opponents, especially with Shaddolls being in the huge thing right now, and they're pretty busted. I run 1 Skill Drain. Once again, another card to stop all those effects from happening. I don't run anymore. I know some people run Skill Drain at 3, but I don't. I kind of find it not too useful at 3 because I still like using my my cards with the effects. Most Dark Worlds don't have the effects, but and then I run 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Mirror Force, Starfoil Rare, I love the Starfoil, and then 1 Solemn. Now for my extra deck, let me just get all these cards, guys. But yeah, I like how my deck is. It's pretty consistent, and even in this format, it's still pretty good. I run 1 Steel Swarm Warch for the grade Force, 1 Gemini Pearl. I like Gemini Pearl because he's a beater. I can easily get him out. One number number 39 Utopia, and one number C39 Utopia Ray, just because I actually really like Utopia Ray. He's actually won me a few duels, and it's a really fun card to use. I use for rank 5s. I keep calling grade. I've been playing Vanguard way too much lately, but for rank 5s, I have Shark Fortress, really good card. And then number 12 Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. I run 2 Adreus, because Adreus is just too broken. Run 1 Tears, because Tears is also kind of busted. And then I think I'm probably one of the only Dark World profiles or Dark World players that actually run the Gimmick Trio. So Gimmick Puppet Giant Grinder, Gimmick Puppet of Strings, and then on rare cases when I can actually get this to work, Gimmick Puppet of Leo. I barely ever call him, but I've actually won 3 duels with him using his effect. And for those of you that don't know what his effect is, if you have him on the field for 3 turns and you have no spell and trap cards and you don't attack, you can put a counter on your opponent, and after 3 counters your opponent loses. So it's crazy, but it's also super bad. I love Coach King Giant Trainer. He's freaking broken in a Dark World deck because of his ability. And for those of you that don't know what his ability is, basically I can draw up to 3 cards. So if I use his ability, because I can use his ability thrice per turn, so I can detach 3, because it'll cost me 3 grapha to make him. But I can detach 3, draw 3 cards, and then for each card that is a monster, my opponent takes 800 damage. And it just allows me to draw cards, and with Dark World decks, you don't want Dark World decks to draw cards. I run Galaxy S Tachyon Dragon. This is actually a gift from my buddy, and I've yet to use it, so it's brand new to the deck, but I've seen tons of people use it. It's super busted. It's so freaking good. And then for my last card, and this is literally the card that I use like almost every game, number 22 Zombie Stein. Zombie Stein is just so busted. It's 4500 beater, and then if I have to, I can use his effect, which flips into defense position, but I can negate basically anything my opponent uses. I mean, it's super busted, and there's no way... there's no way I don't usually use him in every game. For my extra deck, it's kind of weird. I run a 3rd gold because, like I said, I'm a huge fan of gold. I love getting out my rank 5s. I know there's a lot of people that don't like gold or silver, but I love it. I run 1 MST because MST is just MST, and sometimes if I decide to side out another card, I'll have 3 MSTs, and MSTs are too good sometimes. I do have the tech card, Into the Void. Lately, I took it out. I don't main it anymore because lately it's been getting me a dead draw, and that's not something I want. So I stopped running it. But when it actually kicks off, it's super freaking good, because if people don't know what it does, you actually... As long as you have 3 cards in your hand, you draw 1 card, and at the end of your turn, you dish out all the cards that were in your hand. So, easy, simple way to use the Dark World's ability, but it is super cloggy sometimes, and I don't know. It just wasn't working out lately, so I stopped running it. I run 2 D-Prism, because D-Prism, and these aren't this is obviously my extra deck, but, and then I have 3 Rivalry of the Warlords, because Rivalry of the Warriors, it's really good card. But I only run these in my deck when I'm playing in a pretty big tourney or whatever. Same thing with Gozen Match. I run the 2nd Mirror Force in the extra deck. 1 Compulse, 1 Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and 1 Deck Devastation Virus. Sorry about the camera angle, guys. This is kind of awkward. I kind of have my tripod like in the middle, and I'm trying to, you know, control my cards and everything. But yeah, guys, that was my Dark World deck profile. It's very standard, but I happen to like the standard way of playing, and actually Gold and Silver are not exactly standard anymore, but I'm going to think about maybe making it more towards 2015's format, but I'll see how that goes. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.